Hi guys, so welcome to this YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and here we are learning Python for data science. And to make our way up through to the data science area, we are going to learn Python. And so if you watch the earlier videos, you can see that we already started some introductory lessons in Python. And today we are talking about string methods. So in Python, basically a lot of the things you create, like variables, are objects, and these objects can be manipulated. And to manipulate these objects, you use Python methods. Python methods can also be referred to Python as Python functions, but I'll be making use of the term methods in this video. Now, the first thing we're going to do when we create a string is we use a certain function that will tell us the kind of methods that you can, you can work with, what you can do with this. So first we had created earlier on we had created a variable called footballer name. So let me see if we still have that. So we have footballer name, right? So the footballer name is Messi, basically. Now we want to know the kind of methods we can use on this. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the dir function. Now the dir function is going to show us, get us a full listing of methods and attributes that you can make use of, right? So we're going to see a bunch of stuff, so don't get all tripped up. So if I run this, so you can see now, you can see these first set of attributes, right? Or what we call, that have double underscores. They're called like double underscore methods, right? So we're just going to ignore those ones. They're also known as magic methods, so we're just going to ignore them. We want to look at these sets of methods. You can see this ones. Look at them. So I'm just going to copy these guys, right? I'm just going to copy these guys. Then I'll make here a markdown so that, then I place them here. Then I'm just going to go over here. Okay, let me remove this. Then I'm going to give this a heading. So I'll call this going to be string methods. String methods. Yeah, this is the string methods we have. So I call this. You see that? String methods. Now, so what this means? This means we can do a lot of things with these methods, right? We can manipulate the text that we have, the footballer text that we have. So the footballer name rather that we have with this methods. For instance, I could just look at this. You see the count method? So all I just simply do is put a dot here, and then I put out count. So the question is, what is count? Now, count, like the documentation here says, returns a number of non-overlapping occurrences of a substring sub in the string here. So we have Messi in here, so we probably want to find out how many times S appears in Messi, and so it's 2 times. Now, so you can see how you can make use of these. You can make use of them. I'm basically just going to look at the. I'm basically going to look at the usual suspects that are pretty easy to make use of. So we can. Oh, there you go. There's upper. So you can see. You can see if I do footballer dot upper. So basically, it's just going to print this way. Now, as a matter of fact, just to even, yeah, you can, this can also be used if you're going to be using like print statements, right? And you would also want to use something called an F string, but that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. But here we're just going to look at the methods that we're working with here. So again, you can do a lot of stuff. For instance, I think we created a variable here. We call it history underscore Messi. Yes. And if I was to print history underscore Messi, history underscore Messi was created in the video before this one, so you probably check it out. So we have Messi's preferred foot is left. I think, let me look at this split function. Look at the split function. Basically, the split function is going to come over here, and I can say history dot, then we use split, right? And then what the split function is going to do is it will return a list of the words in the strings. So you see that we have Messi's preferred foot is left. And so let me just make this more. So here we're just going to return that. So once we do that, you see that we have ourselves a list. So a list is something we're going to look at as a data type and a data structure, and we're going to look at that in future. But you can see that it's a list. As a matter of fact, you can also decide what you want to come out of a list here. You can say history dot split, and you can choose that you just want 0. You probably want the first, because in the lists, because lists are sequence, they are indexed when they're created. The elements inside are indexed, so there's a number to each element. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could just basically do this. You could basically, oh, so sorry, an error. So what I did, again, you can see the error telling you the built-in function or method object is not subscribable or subscriptable. So it's supposed to be this. So let me put this first. So it's basically going to call this, then give us this first one. So you see, I told you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it takes the first one. So you see, there are lots of things you can do with strings. You can capitalize, you can do a whole lot. A lot of all these methods you see here, there's a reason for them, right? And depending on the situation you find yourself, or the type of solution you're trying to create, or the type of data you're trying to manipulate or analyze, you make use of them, right? So what we've done here is that we've picked up a string, looked at the string method, and what you can do with all of them. You can also, before you make use of them, you can also just simply put the cursor here, do shift and tab, and you can see the documentations, or yes, the documentation for it. So there you go, string methods.